Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Tech Gamers World. In this video, I'm going to be trying out and demonstrating the Thrustmaster T.Flight Rudder Pedals with Microsoft Flight Simulator on a Microsoft Xbox Series X. So stay tuned, we'll be right back. Let's do this. Okay everyone, welcome back. So here we are in Microsoft Flight Simulator on a Microsoft Xbox Series X. And as I said in the introduction to this video, we're going to be testing out and demonstrating the Thrustmaster T.Flight Rudder Pedals along with the Thrustmaster T.Flight HOTUS 1 flight stick. So here we go. So we're going to today do my favorite activity to fly in is a discovery flight. It is the New York City discovery flight, and I use this activity and discovery flight for testing and training purposes. So I've got the Thrustmaster T.Flight Rudder Pedals connected to the Thrustmaster T.Flight HOTUS 1 flight stick via the proprietary RJ12 connector right there. And now we are ready to fly. The great thing about the Thrustmaster T.Flight Rudder Pedals with a Microsoft Xbox and a PlayStation is all you have to do is plug them in to your Thrustmaster T.Flight HOTUS 1 or HOTUS 4 and they are ready to go. You don't have to do any configurations or profile adjustments. With the PC version, all you have to do is make sure you have the Thrustmaster drivers installed. Okay, so we are airborne over Central Park in New York City. Let's test out the rudder pedals. So these, again, like I said, are the Thrustmaster T.Flight Rudder Pedals. And so far, they feel amazingly comfortable. I am a size 10 United States shoe size. And as you can see, my feet basically fit perfectly. There is a nice footrest there. So let's go ahead and try it. Let's see if I make the plane bank to the right. Bank to the left. Wow, that's butter smooth. Look how sensitive that was, and I barely even had to move it. So let's go ahead and speed up here. We'll fly through the center of these buildings here as we head downtown. So I love these rudder pedals. They feel so comfortable. They are a solid molded plastic with aluminum side rails, and the side rails use Thrustmaster's proprietary smart sliding rail system, which makes them butter smooth. There's no sticking. It's just you tell it, use the rudder to the right. Look at that. It does exactly what I'm doing, and it's barely even having to move it. There's no resistance, no, grabbing anywhere or hitting anything. I'll be curious to see how well this works when I land and I can taxi around at an airport. So let's go ahead here. We'll pass by the world famous and iconic Empire State Building here. And I'm just using the rudder pedals to keep me level here. So as I said, this is Microsoft Flight Simulator being played on a Microsoft Xbox Series X. And this area of the world, I actually do have the Sam Scene 3D add-on pack installed to give New York City a little graphical boost and enhancement beyond what is native to Microsoft Flight Simulator. So the rudder pedals are amazingly comfortable here. I do not have any shoes on, as you can see. If I was wearing shoes, it would be exactly the same. Probably would have a little bit of grip. They do feel a little bit slippery with socks on, so that is something to consider, but not major. It doesn't impede my motion or anything like that. Continuing our flight downtown here. I'll be passing the World Trade Center shortly. So I love that you could bend these forward. This is when you bend them forward, when you are on the ground, will act as brakes. Now, you can certainly fly in Microsoft Flight Simulator with the rudder built into the Thrustmaster line of products simply by rotating the flight stick as I'm doing here. But if you want that true feel of an airplane flight ecosystem, you definitely want to consider getting yourself a pair of these Thrustmaster T.Flight Rudder Pedals. They are just amazing, and it gives that much more realism to the game. So we're going to slow it down here and pass around the Statue of Liberty. As you can see, I'm just using the rudder pedals to continually adjust my flight like you would flying a real airplane. You'll see that if you follow airplanes or know how to fly, or a pilot yourself, you know that when you're on the ground, depending on the type of plane, you won't even touch the flight stick to taxi. You would use the rudder pedals to make the plane turn left or right, to move the nose, or if you're in a larger plane, such as a jumbo jet, there you would use the turning wheel that's built into the cockpit on some of the planes. It all depends on what kind of plane you're flying. But the majority of the planes, you'll see that the pilot never really touches the flight stick until until they're ready to take off and they're about to get their airborne. Sometimes on most flights, the first time you see them actually have to touch it to make a control adjustment is when they're rotating to take off in the air. So let's go ahead and speed it up here so we head downtown so we can get over these buildings. So just again, such smooth controls with this, and I love no longer having to use the flight stick to make rudder adjustments. I can just use these exclusively. Same for when I'm taxiing, I can just sit back and relax and taxi with them. So we'll try that out once we get to LaGuardia Airport up here. We'll head uptown now. Past downtown, over Wall Street, past the World Trade Center. So I bought these Thrustmaster T.Flight Rudder Pedals as part of the Thrustmaster Full Flight X kit that is for sale online. I actually found it cheaper to purchase the kit versus the flight rudder pedals individually. And they were actually in stock. So I purchased the flight kit, which came with the Thrustmaster T.Flight HOTUS 1 and these rudder pedals for around $200. Saved a lot of money, in my opinion, versus buying just the rudder pedals, because the price that they were available for, you could get a Thrustmaster T.Flight HOTUS 1 for like $40 or something like that, or $50, depending on where you're shopping from. So to me, it was well worth it, because as an avid video gamer, and my children are video gamers too, having more than one flight stick definitely can't hurt, especially since we have 2 Xboxes and stuff like that. So now they'll be fighting over these flight pedals, but I'll have to just deal with that one. But I am just in awe at how good these are. They are just butter smooth and so comfortable, and the fact that alone you can flex your feet on them is just nice. And you can also put your feet just like this if you want to move it as well. So as you can see here, those fine adjustments. I prefer to keep my feet on here. It just feels more natural. So we're going to go ahead here and continue uptown, pass by the Empire State Building. And we'll pass over the Chrysler Building here, make another adjustment. So these Thrustmaster T.Flight Rudder Pedals are going to be amazing when I fly with a helicopter. It's going to make flying helicopters so much easier. As if anybody knows, when you fly helicopters in Microsoft Flight Simulator, it can be a challenge as compared to fixed-wing aircraft like the Cessnas that I'm in right now. So we'll come back up by Central Park here. We are on the east side. We'll fly up to the Upper East Side here and get ready to land at LaGuardia. So I can't actually see LaGuardia because the video I have of the flight pedals is blocking my line of view there, but that's alright. It's all good. So it just, again, these are so comfortable, and even with socks on, like I said, super smooth for motion there. Just, I'm in awe at how comfortable these are and how sensitive and reactive they are too. So we're heading uptown now. We'll speed it up just a little bit. We can see LaGuardia off in the distance there, so I'm going to start to head away from New York City here and make a nice gentle right turn to head towards LaGuardia. I cannot wait to land and try these out while taxiing. I'm sure it's going to be awesome. So we'll start to lower our altitude here, slow our speed. We're at about half throttle now. Bring it down to about a quarter. Put the flaps down to 10%. 10 degrees, I should say. Get a nice line up here with the runway at LaGuardia. I use the rudder pedals here to make some fine adjustments. You can hear the call outs there for our altitude. Watching our airspeed. We can see the landing strip up ahead here. So using the rudder pedals to make some fine adjustments. And we're going to have a nice soft touchdown here on the runway at LaGuardia. So this is runway 13. Flaps are full. And there we go. So I've removed my hands from I'm going to use the rudder pedals here to move around here. This is nice. I don't even have to touch the, and I can push them forward to brake. As you can see here. We'll just taxi up to the next taxiway here. Follow this yellow line. Off the runway, and we'll head to any open gate here. Bring the flaps out of the... So we'll try it like this now. There's a gate straight up ahead. We'll go ahead and park at that one. So you can see these are just butter smooth, and the sensitivity on them is just amazing. You move it even just a little, it's reactive to exactly what you want it to do. As you can see, I have not even touched the flight stick here. So we're going to cut up and park up at that gate right up there. That one looks like a good spot. So we'll let the plane just drift forward a little bit here. Get our feet back in position for braking. Bringing her in nice and slow. I'll have to throttle up just a little bit here. To bring her into the gate. And there we go. That is an excellent spot. So we'll apply the parking brake. And we have arrived at LaGuardia. So I hope everyone enjoyed this video. We flew today with a Thrustmaster T.Flight HOTUS 1 flight stick, complete with the Thrustmaster T.Flight Rudder Pedals around New York City in Microsoft Flight Simulator on a Microsoft Xbox Series X. If anyone needs any help or has any questions about the Thrustmaster T.Flight Rudder Pedals or HOTUS flight sticks, please drop a comment on the video down below and I will do my best to help you out. Please click that like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel and make sure you enable notifications. I'm going to have new and exciting content coming soon. Thanks a lot, everybody. I will see you around. Keep on gaming.